Okay, so now in this episode, we don't have any real objective other than to play around. And the point is to demonstrate how once you learn the basic fundamentals of Vue, like you're doing right now, after that, everything becomes so wildly easy. Things that in the past you might have really had to think about, well, how do I want to structure this? How do I reevaluate everything? Now it's crazy simple. Let me show you what I mean. Let's open up the browser. And maybe the next thing we could do is show the total number of assignments that we currently have. And it, of course, needs to be dynamic. So in this case, we would have the number 3 right over here. Okay, let's go into our sidebar. I will open up the assignment list. Here's where we show the H2, just right there. So it sounds like we also need to have a little span tag within here where maybe in parentheses, it should show the number. Yeah, and you know what? I think that looks good as is. So now, of course, we need to make it dynamic. Well, we have the assignments array. Why don't we echo out the length of the array? Assignments.length. All right, come back. With any luck, it'll still say 3. But if we add a new assignment, that should bump up to 4. Yeah, it's just wildly simple. I know it's a basic thing, but imagine 15 years ago how you might have gone about calculating this. You'd probably have some kind of event handler. Well, when I submit the assignment, then I need to dive into the DOM and figure out how many items I have here. Then I need to increment it by 1. Then I need to grab this heading out of the DOM, find the span, and then update its text content. I mean, I promise you, that's probably what you would have done back then. But now, because of reactivity, we can simply echo out the length of the assignments. It's so easy. Okay, what next? Maybe assignments can have tags associated with them. So you can imagine, maybe I only want to see the assignments from science class versus your math class. Okay, let's see how we might go about doing that. To start, maybe I'll add a div here, and I'll stick with simple buttons. And you can imagine we do something like for tag and tags. Now keep in mind, tags doesn't exist. I'm just imagining, well, maybe we'll have access to a list of tags. Then set the text of the button to the name of the tag, and that'll get us going. But yeah, of course, we don't see anything because I don't have any tags. And in fact, if we open up the console, we should see a warning. Property tags was accessed during render, but is not defined on instance. You're probably going to see that a lot. So when you do, just remember that is Vue's way of telling you, hey, you're trying to use something called tags, but we have no clue what that is. And if we come down, sure enough, we have not declared what tags is. Okay, so let's start by creating a computed property called tags, and let's begin by hard coding it. It could be an array like science, math, and reading. All right, come back, give it a refresh, and now we have an array of tags. But of course, we want this to be a little more dynamic. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. First, though, let's style it just a little bit. And I promise this will only take a moment. I'll begin by setting a class of flex, and then I want a little gap between them, maybe gap 2. Yeah. All right, next, each button should have a border, and maybe a rounded border at that. There we go. And then maybe a little padding. So how about padding on the x-axis of 1, and then on the y-axis of a single pixel? Yeah, they're a little big. Let's make it text extra small, which is 0.75 rems. Yeah. And then finally, we can, let's do this. On the UL, let's add some margin top of 6 to push the list down. And that's what we get. Good enough for now. So now, as you can imagine, when I click on one of these tags, we should re-render or filter the assignment list to show only the assignments that have been, well, assigned that tag. Okay, so with that in mind, let's do this. Let's go up to our parent component where we declare the assignments. And remember, right now we're hard coding it, but you just as easily could perform an AJAX request to the server to grab all of the assignments from the database. Just for now, for simplicity, we are hard coding it. So now let's say that each assignment can be given a category or tag. I'm going to make one tag per assignment, but you could also imagine any assignment having multiple tags. Okay, so maybe finished project, maybe this is related to math. Chapter 4 is related to science. And then let's do turn in homework. Maybe this will also be math. Okay, so now each assignment includes a corresponding tag. Now if I come back to our assignment list, I no longer have to hard code this. So let's see what we could do. I could say, go to the assignments array and map over it. And for each assignment, all I want is the tag associated with it. So this is going to return to me a new array that contains only the tags from the assignments list. So that's half of the way there. But if we come back, you'll see an issue. Of course, because two assignments have the same tag, we've doubled up here. Now, I don't think JavaScript has any kind of array.unique method, which would be nice. But a way to get around to this is to wrap it in a set, an ES6 set. So if you take this approach here, actually, can I just return that? Yeah, I can actually. So all you need to know about set is it's a way to create a set of items where each item must be unique. So yeah, the uniqueness of sets ends up being exactly what we want in this case. So the next step, when I click on a tag, how would we re-render the list? Okay, let's see. The first step is, let's do this. Let's put each of these on their own line. Let's add a click event listener. And when you click, what should happen? And here's what I think we should do. I keep talking about a source of truth because it's a key concept here. So if we think in terms of a source of truth, maybe I need to track what the currently active tag should be. Okay, so in that case, why don't we say, when you click on me, let's do it inline. The current tag should now be whatever the name of the tag is, like this. Okay, so now if I come back, we're going to track current tag, like so. Okay, so we're not doing anything with current tag yet, but let's see if that works. So I will bring up View DevTools, and right down here, let's have a look. I will select Science, and there we go. And by the way, sometimes if you don't see it update, just click away and then come back. So let's try it again. If I switch to Math, yeah, notice there, I'm not seeing an update. It seems to be a little bug. If I come back, now I do though. Okay, so now if you think about it, all we have to do, because of reactivity, is just say, don't show me all assignments, show me the filtered assignments. So with that in mind, maybe we'll just call it filtered assignments. Come back, we're going to add a new computed property, filtered assignments. And now, yeah, to start, I could just return the original assignments array, and we'll get exactly what we had before. But now we're going to say, filter the assignments where the assignment tag equals the current tag. Like that. All right, so this isn't exactly right, but I bet we get a little bit of feedback here. Yeah, so right now we don't see anything. And that's because we are filtering it down where the tag name is an empty string. So that's not quite what we want. But yeah, when I do change the current tag, it's working. Here's my science assignments, and here's the math assignments. All right, so we're getting close. But now think about it. What if I want to deactivate this? Maybe I could turn these buttons on and off, or maybe I could also add another button that says all. Okay, let's do that. So let's go to tags, and we'll say, I want an array where the first one is called all, and then the next one's is our set here. But now this isn't quite right. If we come back and refresh, you'll see, yeah, we actually have an array now where the first item is all and the second item is a set. I actually want to basically array merge those. So I can destructure it like this. There we go. Okay, so now when I click on all, we should take that into account. Maybe like this. If this.current tag equals all, in that case, let's just return the original assignments array. Otherwise, we will filter it down. Okay, so now I can set the default current tag to all, and I think this will do the trick. Give it a refresh, and there we go. All tags, here's my math, here's my science. Okay, but now let's make the tags a little more responsive. Right now I have no indication which one I clicked. Okay, easy enough. We'll say right here, a quick little tip. You can add a standard class attribute and then also a version of class that uses vbind. And behind the scenes, they will be merged. Okay, so what if we said, well, make the border blue and the text blue if the tag in the current loop equals the current tag that we're tracking. Come back, give it a refresh, and there we go. That one, it works. Yeah, again, it just ends up being laughably simple. I mean, when you think about it, the most difficult thing we did here was figuring out how to create a unique array of tags. And that's just a situation where once you understand that sets are automatically unique, then you have all the knowledge you need in order to put that to use. And then otherwise, you just track the tag and then you filter it down. Okay, so now this is good, but again, maybe this is crying for its own assignment tags component. So let's work on that in the next episode.